meet our comedians. We've got Alison Lujan, Jasmine Towers, Alex Hobson, Erin Hazlehurst, Stephane Magne, Mackenzie. And I am your host, Jordan Simon. We're gonna play a game called Fact-or-Fib. Erin, let's begin with you.
Okay. Nice seal. I once kept a pet in my high school locker.
What animal was it?
A spider. In fact, a tarantula.
Loose in the locker or in a terrarium?
That's ridiculous. Her name was Sid Vicious, and she was in her little cage, not a cage, like a container.
You know spiders, you use the
locker.
word terrarium. I'm impressed.
I had creepy pets too.
Of course you did.
Sid. How long did the spider survive in a dark locker?
I left it there for about a week before I realized I don't like to own a tarantula, so I gave it to my friend's brother. And he loved it, but he took it home. I didn't want to take it home because
How did you
spiders.
acquire a tarantula?
They were sold at my local pet store.
When you had it at school, did you take it out and freak other kids out with it?
No, that's rude.
So it was a secret spider.
Well, no, people would just hang out at my locker and they'd be like, "Sup, Erin?" And I'd be like, "Sid's up," because he's in the top shelf. And I could have taken him out, or her, it was a she, taken her out, but truthfully, she terrified me. I just was trying to be cool.
How much did it cost?
$20.
Question. What grade were you in?
I'm trying to think. I think it was in grade 11 or 12.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
This sounds like an expensive tarantula for the time period.
Maybe somebody tried to scam me.
I'm hoping you just brought, Alison, a price graph.
I know
of
the
spiders
rates
throughout time.
for tarantulas.
It's not full of details on this. I'm telling you, this is not a tarantula-loving woman.
No. I believe she doesn't like tarantulas because that's why she got rid of it. It was
Exactly. Then why
the
did she
play
acquire
being
it
cool.
and
Because
keep it
you're
in her
trying to be
locker?
cool. That's the only part that makes sense.
You're more convincing than she is.
I wasn't cool, so I thought this tarantula would be, and I was going through a Sid and Nancy phase. So I
Sid and
named
Nancy?
it
That was my
tarantula.
other question. Why isn't it Nancy Spungen? But
I
okay.
read the book. There was a book about Sid and Nancy.
It could have been Nancy Spungen. That would have been better. That would have been a better detail.
That would not have been better because I like the Sex Pistols. I listened to one of their songs, and so therefore I liked all of the songs.
So it was a lady tarantula named Sid Vicious.
Correct.
Okay.
So Sid Vicious is the name of a musical artist.
Yes.
You have to leave that in the episode. You cannot edit that out.
I honestly thought you came up with that, and I thought that is such a cool name. But
It is a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lead singer of the Sex Pistols.
And I also know what we're talking about.
Bassist Johnny Rotten is the lead singer.
All right,
We'll leave that in for you.
Damn it! New facts I have
He's
to
right.
rearrange in my brain.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I'm ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote on this
Ready to
one.
vote?
I do not dislike
I'm
this
just beginning to
person,
understand this.
even when she lies in my face.
I'm with you, Alex.
You're doing a fib? You're doing a fib?
Doing a fib.
I'm doing real name, real person.
Going against the
Contrarian.
grain, Jasmine.
I don't know
Respect it.
what you guys think of me, but it happened.
Really?
I'm so happy that was true.
I think it makes you cool.
Thank you.
Wait, so it wasn't a terrarium?
No, it was actually, a little
Okay,
whatever
because
they're
I thought,
called.
because you know how lockers have the little top shelf? I was like,
yeah,
maybe
it was in there.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where the thing was.
Oh, okay.
But, and this is a side note story, I actually took it out to hold it once and I thought, oh my God, she's so cute. And she jumped out of my hand and I like freaked. I'm like, and that was it. Sid had to
That
go.
phase.
Yeah.
You should have told that part.
Yeah. But should I have?
You are up, Alex.
Oh, excellent. I was once part of an entire class going missing. I was once part.
How long ago was this?
This is elementary school in the 70s, yes, indeed.
Entire class of elementary school children went missing.
Missing.
How did that come to be?
They were there, and then they were gone. We had a substitute teacher, so teacher on call, and she let us out for lunch. That was a mistake. we did not come back.
You just wandered off into the
You never
wilderness.
played a joke on a substitute teacher.
So you're going to have to expand on this. You played a joke on your substitute teacher, and that went
You
awry,
in the plural sense,
and
yes.
you went missing.
Yes.
But you were part of the class,
Yes.
so you knew where you were.
Yes. We were not in some unexplained void from science fiction. We knew where we were.
How long
But,
were you gone for?
I think less than an hour.
Oh, I was kind of hoping
Time
it was
moves
days.
differently in the void, but I'm going to go with less than an hour.
And did you all just go to the same place together? Did you all scatter into your own little, wherever you wanted to go, or?
It was a group decision.
So it was like a
in a-
coordinated ghosting of your
As
substitute
coordinated
teacher.
as elementary school children get.
I
Yes.
think it was just a great exercise in democracy that everybody was easily able to make a collective decision.
Where did you go?
Basically to a far part of the school field. The school property was large, extensive, so we...
This is sounding a lot less like you went missing and you just went out for recess on any given day. Did you maybe perhaps think that you had fooled the substitute teacher to a larger degree?
And then
than
when
you
the bell
actually
rang, we
did?
came back saying, we're so sneaky. No, search parties were sent. There was definite confusion. This was not a disagreement about the length of lunch hour. This was an entire class.
So was it
going
like
missing.
police searching for you, search and rescue? Like what kind of organized, like was it just the school administration?
It might have been, but I don't think so. I believe it was just that other classes were sent out under the instruction of teachers. Otherwise, we would have taken them in
Right.
through the power of democracy.
Swallowed them into your
through
void.
the power of democracy.
So to be clear, the school solution to missing children was to send out more children. Just sending them out. Those ones didn't
I
come
don't
back.
know.
Send some more.
If you've ever read the procedures for school boards, but yes, that's they consider them expendable. they're in the staff
Children.
room going, "Let us know, let us know."
Right, children, the renewable resource.
Very true.
I'm ready to vote.
Yeah,
I'm ready to vote, yeah.
It feels so real, but I'm gonna go the other way.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm thinking, considering the children were basically just at the edge of the fence, I'm going to say fact.
yeah. I think given the negligence of how they respond to missing children in the 70s, I'm going to go with fact as well. Yeah.
All right, that means green team does go fact. We've got 2 against 1.
Edge of a fence, nothing. We were gone. We were way out there. We were gone.
Point to the green team, gold star.
Gold star.
Team effort.
Team effort.
Stephane, we're gonna go to you next.
All right. Well, that's great. I'm glad you said that, Jordan, because I've got something important
You've got
I'd
a
like to
thing
say.
for us.
I once broke my finger trying to work a finger puppet.
This sounds like an excuse after the fact.
First of all, finger puppets require more directions than you would assume. You don't just stick your finger into the finger puppet. No. Here's the thing. It wasn't just like a finger puppet. This was like an antique finger puppet. So
So a finger.
what's that?
Right? Back in the
I
day.
just tried to bend my. It snapped. Yes. So we were on a road trip out to the Atlantic provinces, and of course, my mom and my dad. We stop in every antique shop along the way, and there's so few things for a child to do in an antique shop, and they try to contain you. So this one had finger puppets, and I was like begging my parents to buy it for me. And it was like, I think expensive, and it was ugly and hideous. It was like one of those red-haired sort of like, I don't know, servant people or something. So they finally decided to get it for me. And through the rest of the trip, I was just in the back doing finger puppets. And then all of a sudden, I just started screaming. My dad had to pull the car over at on the side of the road, like one wheel almost in the ditch. And they looked back at me, and there was, I kid you not, a trickle of blood coming out of this finger puppet. And they actually had to break it off of my finger, yeah.
A finger puppet, where's the danger? Isn't he felt? What material is the finger puppet?
Metal. There was a metal tube inside the finger puppet that I guess kind of like had a hinge on it, and the hinge, I guess, just had like a jagged piece of metal on it.
I take my aspersions back.
They had to break it off.
Yeah,
they
is
didn't
that what
rip it
broke
off.
your finger?
No, it was like the metal like went into the bone. I guess it was sort of like a fracture.
Show us the scar.
Can you see that right there? Yeah.
Can confirm.
Yeah. Can you see that?
So you're on the side of the road, blood, pain, screaming, unhappiness. What happens next?
We just drove back to the hotel. That was it. I don't remember. I was a kid. Later, we went to the hospital.
Oh, you did go to a hospital?
After the hotel. You asked me what my parents did right away.
That's
they took us to the
true.
hotel.
How old were you?
Yeah, I was about 8.
What are you thinking, Alison? You got
Seeing
some
that he
questions?
showed us the scar, I'm going to say that that is true.
Hope for Stephane's sake that this is a fib.
That's my vote.
Well, obviously, that is not true. It is a fib.
Gold star to Stephane for fooling him.
I would like to thank Ian for confirming the lack of a scar.
Yes,
With
that
a
was a
nod.
team effort. I saw, yeah. All right, this team's cohesive. We got to be careful of them.
Jasmine.
Oh.
You are up.
It starts now. Now is when we get, I don't know what, I'm issuing threats, just in the general direction. I once broke up with someone by cutting their scarf into dozens of tiny pieces, packaging it up, and sending it to them.
Now, I assume this is a scarf of particular meaning to either you and or this person.
It was their scarf. I do remember packaging it up in the only little box I had, which was a finesse hairspray box. And so a scarf disassembled fits quite well into a hairspray box. Probably any brand would do. But yeah.
If you could just help me walk down the path of what message were you trying to convey with the scarf cutting? Because to me, I think it's poetic.
You know, that message, like with a, you know, that message. Like
That is poetic.
I wouldn't even
That is poetic.
see you to your face message.
Okay.
And also the thing you gave me, or that I borrowed, or I don't know, somehow was in my possession. I so don't like you. It's coming, I don't even want it in my presence, and neither should it be whole. Is what I'm guessing, I thought.
The premise here is that you cut up the scarf to end the relationship. This was your message. We're done.
Yes.
Yeah, what did he do to warrant this?
He was a jerk. What did he do? Well, he looked funny. That was a problem. And
Typical.
Like, this scarf won't make him look any better.
no.
Did you actually like go through the effort of like buying postage and finding
No.
his address and mailing it to him?
No,
or,
no. This is Merit.
Like, so you just
The friend, Nicole,
Oh,
she
I
delivered
see.
it to him. And I since found out years later that he named his dog Jasmine. So that was his revenge. I was a chocolate lab, apparently. And this was like years later.
His
But anyways,
revenge was to have to think about you for the entire dog's lifespan
I don't know. I
and
didn't
like do chores to feed it and pick up its poo.
Maybe
Take
he really
Jasmine
liked
to
me
the
after
vet.
all.
sounds like he misses you, honestly. I think he knows he made a mistake. You really
No,
sent
I
a good
just think
message
he
there.
was so
It was
He loves that dog. Drives him around. His dog's got this little jaunty scarf. It's
That's right. Every Christmas, he buys the dog a scarf.
What are we thinking, green team?
I didn't even need to hear any additional detail. Just what that said, it's like I know that is 100% Jasmine
You
for
saw
sure.
what I did to that seal. You know I'd do it to a scarf.
I don't know. There was a je ne sais quoi just untruth. Something didn't feel right. I'm gonna say fib.
Erin, you're left with the deciding vote.
I'm
again.
following my fearless leader. You liar.
Kevin, I still remember you.
And he named his dog Jasmine?
He did.
Oh my God, Kevin! Come on!
She's ripping the...
Done to her. Kevin.
That's hilarious.
Kevin's fine.
Ian, you are up next.
Oh, all right. When I was a teen, I got stuck in a playhouse, and it had to be taken apart to get me out.
What material was this playset made out of?
So it was kind of like a weird thing. Back when there was video rental stores, there's this one place in my town called Main Event, and in the back there was this big playhouse area, and inside the playhouse area there was these two big balls, like almost like exercise balls, and nobody really watched it. So like my friend and I, we would like try to like shove the balls through the openings to get them out, but they were big enough that they couldn't get out, but we didn't let that stop us. So we got both of the balls just stuck sufficiently to the point where not only could we not move them, but none of the adults could get them out either.
You're sure this was a place for children?
Well, like I said, it was in the 90s, so
In the
kind
back
of like
of a video.
the 70s, less supervision happening.
So you crawled in head first? How'd you get stuck?
There's like two big balls, and we were just trying to shove one out through the only entrance in there.
So you plugged up your only exit.
Yeah.
Just got trapped.
Yeah, we were determined to get it out of the exit.
What part of you was stuck? I don't know if I'm clear on that. Like, was it your arm? Was it your chest?
No,
was
like we were trapped inside of it.
Okay, you were fully in and
Yeah.
Two
couldn't
children
get
Yeah.
out.
trapped inside.
Yeah.
And how did you call for help?
Well, we didn't, but eventually an adult walked by and
Why would you? You made a fort. With a little sign, no girls
we were
allowed.
we were just still trying to get it out of the thing. And then some adults walked by and they saw that there were a couple of kids trying to do something they shouldn't, and they probably like told the store staff, and then the store staff tried to push it back in and they couldn't.
How did they take it apart? Like,
There's just sort of like netting on the front part of it, and they just kind of like unscrewed the thing and just took the netting down.
How old were you?
yeah, good question.
So this was when I was living in Wyoming in the States, probably like 9 or 10.
Okay. This sounds plausible to me. What do you think?
Wyoming, trapped in netting.
Yeah, actually.
This works.
We're all saying true on this.
I made all of that up outside of the Main Event. That was an actual place. I just used that to feed my life.
Man, that's green team.
Gold star again to the green team.
Yeah, impressive lying.
Allison, we go to you next.
I went to a training to be a model summer camp.
Why?
Excuse me.
No, I mean,
It's not obvious.
No, obviously you're stunning, and I'm sure you have them. But why would you want to? Is my question.
I was pretty young and I was flattered by the invitation.
Fair.
Oh, you were invited. Mm-hmm. How does the invitation process work?
So you will be walking along the street and somebody will stop you and say, "Hey, you look nice."
Are they driving a windowless van?
I was thinking candy in a van.
We're running a camp.
It was a female. She looked friendly. She looked legit. She had a card and she said, "Would you like to come to this camp? I think you'd be a great fit. We work with models and we send people on auditions for commercials and things."
Did you ever get an audition after that?
I did, but it was working as a waitress in a poker room, and so I started to think that the modeling camp might not be legitimate.
So take us through the details of a modeling camp. First of all, where is the camp?
This was when I lived in Toronto.
It's all sounding so plausible now.
Yes.
Yes, Toronto.
And I got put in touch with a casting panel similar to this, and you walk in and you read some stuff for them. It wasn't like summer camp where I go and stay in a cabin. It was basically you spend the summer going to do reads and walking and photo shoots and getting headshots, and you pay them with the promise that hopefully they will get you some gigs, and then you will make that money back.
You paid to go walk at camp?
I paid to be a part of this camp after I was told that I was beautiful.
You are beautiful. You are.
And now she has stories that start off with this one time at model camp.
Exactly. How old were you?
19.
Oh, so you didn't need to ask for your parents' permission to go off to mystery van model camp.
I did not need to ask permission to fall for modeling camp ruses, no.
Did you tell anyone you were going to model camp?
Yeah, I told some friends. And then they're like, are you sure that's a real thing? The lady that invited me at the time when I was walking down the street, I was wearing high heels and I was having a very confident day. So I might have looked more like a model than I did maybe without the heels on.
She's very statuesque. I will say that. And for that, I will say fact. I would invite you to model camp. I don't have one, but that didn't seem to stop those guys.
Did you invite me to model camp?
Yes.
Say yes. Say yes.
He's our host, of course I would.
I have to say yes.
I have to. You're pretty too.
I believe that you would accept a roadside invitation to model camp, so I'm gonna say yes, fact.
Yeah, the poker thing is what got it for me, because I know that when you hire for a waitress, you can discriminate on looks if you hire them as a model, so that's fact.
I will let you know that it is not true.
Goal start for the blue team.
Making a comeback.
Hey, it's
I
my
believe
turn.
it's you.
It is.
You're
It's
gonna
me.
get duped.
He wouldn't lie to us.
I would not.
Unless the
Exactly.
I have been frightened of E.T. ever since I first watched the movie.
Yeah, that's a terrifying movie. This is
Yeah.
entirely plausible. How old were you when you're... Wait, now, Jordan, for the audience, what year were you born?
Oh, you want to hear about the year I was born?
Yeah, E.T., I believe, was released in 1982.
Yes. Right. And the year
you were
I was
born-
born starts with a 2.
As we've heard enough. What age then? Your parents had to go out and get you E.T. to show it to you.
Oh, I'm someone of the new millennium. I can pull up E.T. on the TV anytime I want.
Those crazy kids and their technology.
How did you come to be watching E.T. the first time?
Because I rented it from the TV.
Oh, you rented it.
I rented it. It was like a.
And
It was
how did-
direct TV. I don't know if
Did
the
you use your
wireless
credit
provider
card?
is important.
Is that...
Oh no, it's an account. We're logged in. Kids buy things all the time.
Okay.
And how old were you when you saw it for the first time?
About 6.
What?
And
Kids
were you-
don't rent stuff on their own at 6.
This is a movie about children hiding the first maroon extraterrestrial, and you're all like, you watch something on TV?
Every movie from the 80s is like, look what the kids did all by themselves.
Don't listen to Stephane. Since a very young age, Stephane has been scared of fingers. Carries over to E.T.
Were you watching with like a sibling or a friend or just by yourself?
Yeah. There was a friend over.
Yes to all of those different options.
Yes to all of it. No, I think the responsible adults pulled up a selection of movies, a pre-selected, stuff that's not supposed to be scary, but it was, and we chose E.T.
Jordan, what part of the movie terrified you?
Yeah.
The closet. When he's like, I'm E.T. He doesn't say that, but
That is
that's what I
scary.
feel when he emerges from that, when he's hiding in the
Yeah.
kid's bedroom.
Okay, that is very freaky. That
Yeah.
is bar none the freakiest part of that show.
And I was so little that like once I saw it, I just remembered it scarier than it was.
I feel really embarrassed that I am connecting with the feeling of fear. Because that like, yeah, you're right. Like we have all these inanimate objects, they're all posed, you know, but then there's always that feeling like, oh, is one gonna move? Is there, what's there? It's visceral.
So have you only seen this movie one time?
Well, I've since gotten over it.
Okay.
But it was like a thing. It was for a while. I remembered it scarier than it was because I was so young when I watched it that like anytime it was suggested, I was like, no, we can't watch E.T. I was probably 13, 14 before I watched it again.
Could you reread the original statement?
No.
No, please. Out loud for everyone, Jordan.
I'm ready to vote on
I
this
have been
one now.
frightened of E.T. ever since I first watched the movie.
Ever since. To this
Okay,
day.
so you have to remember things for this game now?
Like the whole sentence?
That's ridiculous.
It's a long sentence.
Oh my God, yeah.
No, I gotta tell you, I too
Smoking
was
gun.
terrified of E.T., so I was ready to say fact. But now, I'm
Wow.
firmly in the fib camp.
What if it's true? What if it's true? We know it.
What if it is? Wouldn't that be nice?
This is why I'm the
smoking gun.
host, so I can do this less. We're moving on to the Book of Truths.
Book of Truths.
All right, the Book of Truths. In this book are 6 different truths. I'm going to pull one. It is true for one of the comedians here. I get 2 questions per person, and I have to try to guess who. I have gotten 1 right so far.
It was glorious, Jordan.
This truth says, the strangest thing I've seen in Kelowna is adult tantrums. I have seen more adult tantrums in Kelowna than my whole life of seeing child tantrums. All right, we're gonna need to hear some backstories. If you had to guesstimate a kind of scoreboard, what would you say is like number of adult tantrums you've seen in Kelowna to number of child tantrums you've seen ever?
You asking me?
Yes.
Answer now?
Yes.
That's 2 questions. Okay.
What do we do?
That took a full 20 seconds to sink in.
Found a loophole.
I'm not mad about it.
No, you gotta admire it, I suppose.
Same question to you, because I thought it was a really creative
Yes,
question.
that is a great question. I've seen at least 20 adult tantrums in the last 4 years, so that's averaging 5 a year. And child tantrums, I see 20 in 10 years. One is 2 per year, and Kelowna averages 5 per year.
Okay. Is there a common theme of the tantrums?
Yes, it is generally over 4 p.m. at night on summer. They're dehydrated, they didn't think it would be this hot, they weren't prepared, maybe they spent more money than they meant. I don't know the combination of things that happen, but it calms down on the corner of Pandosy and Harvey.
I'm hung up on 4 p.m. at night. What time do you go to bed? And they're on the rise, these adult tantrums. On the weekends, that seems to be the tantrum spikes during
Okay.
the week.
What are the tantrums usually about?
They usually are alcohol-induced.
Okay.
And usually after 4 p.m. I'm sorry, liar.
4 p.m. at night.
At night.
You know, 10 p.m. at day.
10 p.m. at day, when the OK Chardonnays are kicking in, and people are getting tantrumy.
And what level of ruckusness constitutes a tantrum?
What level?
Yeah,
What, are we
like
like
1 to
pie
5.
chart, or what would you like? What?
Like amount of behavioral excessiveness,
You live here,
outburstiness.
you know. It's very.
I've seen a normal amount of adult tantrums. You're all living here.
She's baiting him into it. He's like, just answer the question.
Well, I
Add
mean,
one to the list.
the level of ruckusness.
It's a good word.
Like here. That's a
Like
great
yelling?
word. Oh, yelling.
Okay, so
yes,
yelling's a requirement.
yes.
Okay.
It's not just giving each other the stink eye. That's not a tantrum. It's
No, but it's not like muttering. That's not a tantrum.
No, it's not muttering.
Okay. Okay.
It's beyond muttering, but it's definitely a raised voice.
I'm just trying to catch you in a lie. That's all.
I think you're not gonna.
I just have to say, I desperately want to now scientificify it. The right word? To know what is the unit of measurement of ruckusness? How can you measure
It goes on the
ruckusness?
Richter scale.
The Richter scale.
Ruckusness is what happens. Scientifically, you measure
Okay,
the ruckusosity. That's what you actually measure.
Are we a PhD program? Did you see adult tantrums before you moved to Kelowna?
I mean, before I moved to Kelowna, you might see like drunken people at a bar. In Kelowna, I have seen sober adults just losing it on each other in just broad daylight. Like,
What percentage of the tantrums are sober tantrums?
what?
I'm really
blood alcohol testing these people? I'm just watching
You can
it.
tell.
I'm just watching it from across a parking lot.
Was it at 4 p.m. at day or 4 p.m. at night?
That's
Yes. What have I learned about asking questions, Jordan?
That I'm limited.
I had so many details to share that will never come to the
never
light
know.
of day, or the light of night, as it were.
Does this bother you, or is it more amusing when you witness these?
I think it's almost maybe a bit of confirmation bias, because when I first got here, I just was miserable, and being in my misery, I noticed all of the other miserable people, and I was like, oh, this is good. Everyone else hates this town too. And so
So you told each other off.
I was just like, oh yeah, no, I felt like sort of affirmed in my resentment, I
Really
guess.
painting the city in a beautiful light.
Is there anything else you'd like to add as a follow-up?
I do
He
like
gets
Kelowna
trapped in
now.
Wyoming, and then he comes here and he's just like, I hate the wine and sunshine.
What's your favorite color?
The teal of
That's a tantrum-y color. Now, who am I going to choose? I'm gonna go Erin on this one.
Well, you are so wrong.
Who is it gonna be?
He did say teal. He did say teal. All right. Now we are going to play punchlines. So traditionally, a joke has both a setup and a punchline. But our comedians today will only be getting the punchline and have to think of the setup. Our first punchline today is, I couldn't even finish the whole thing.
I began to have an idea for this premise. Even finish the whole thing.
I was supposed to tell this lie earlier, but I couldn't even finish the whole thing.
The punchline is, thanks, Mom.
Now that I'm in my 30s, I just randomly comment on mundane things that I see, and it's really annoying. Thanks, Mom.
People always seem weirded out when I tell them I was born in the year 2000. Thanks, Mom.
This is my face. Thanks.
Welcome to our improv round. We've got a couple of improv games for you today. The first one is our scene onion. It's an onion made out of scenes because it's got layers. So two people will step in, start doing a scene. When a new person joins, it's a brand new scene. We're gonna build it up until we're all part of the onion and peel it back down. We do need a suggestion from the audience of something your grandparents did for work. Cutting hair.
So what are we thinking today? Because I'm feeling curls.
Curls.
Needs to put more of her hip closer to the
Okay.
to the floor.
I just read the
Am I
manual.
too late for the can practice? Are we?
Here we go. We're starting left leg up.
Okay.
I just keep always
leg up.
Okay, yeah.
Hands down looks a bit salute-ish.
All right, is this where we're just kicking the children? Is this where we come?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Lined
Kicking
up
circle.
here
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Who converted the
Oh, look at that
farthest?
one. Look at that one. That
Deep
one's
is this
rolling.
hole? I can't even see the bottom.
Someone dropped something down it.
Oh, wow.
It's at least 7 or 8 feet.
Put your face
hard
in
to
and
tell.
Oh, it's 5 feet.
from my
if it's a
face?
foot.
I love it when
Oh,
everyone's just
all right.
randomly squatting around me in the park. It makes me feel tall, finally.
Oh, wow, you are.
Like a king. I know, no one ever
Oh,
notices.
sure.
What are you, like 7'5"?
I'm
My God.
7'5". You know what they don't tell you is 5'8" is actually very tall.
In that
Oh my
factory.
goodness, it's on this rock.
From the edge.
Yeah, don't jump,
cow.
don't jump.
We are in a
Are you sure?
graveyard.
So how tall was the guy? Like 7'9". He should have chucked this, but if he's gone, I guess I'll have to.
Yep, it was much deeper than 7 feet. That was at least 100 feet.
gotta
Look,
like-
let's
Come on,
know.
there are kids to
There's
kick.
kids to
Oh,
kick
yes,
here.
yes,
Come on,
yes.
stop
Oh,
trying to
my
help
goodness,
them.
yes.
Oh,
Don't
my
worry,
God.
they deserve it. They're terrible children. They're terrible
God,
children.
they're just
My
awful.
leg. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
To the right this
The
time.
right.
Everybody
Okay.
arms down.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That was
Darn
bad.
it.
That was
Darn
bad.
it.
I didn't
This
like
is
that.
so hard.
Yoga.
So yeah, you just gotta,
I
you know,
did watch the
over your-
YouTube. Like I was saying, maybe a little more bounce. And let me go get some tone. I'll be right back.
Fancy. That was our scene onion. Our next game is called Invisible Props. We need a suggestion from the audience of any object at all. Playing cards, shovel, eyeglasses. Hey, Jack! Oh, Jack, it's me, Queen. Oh, hey, yeah. You know when we're gonna get out of here?
I don't know, but you are looking good today, Queen. I just wanted to say.
Same to you, Jack.
Oh, thanks. Where's King? Oh, let's get out of here.
All right. I said I'd do the show, but now I'm done.
And
Fancy.
Oh. You've been who I've been dating this whole time?
All right. Our last game of the day is our orchestrated story. It's going to be a story told by our team, and I will be the conductor. So they're going to tell a story. When I point to them, they're going to start talking, and when I switch to someone else, they're going to pick up right where the other person left off, mid-sentence. Can I get a suggestion of anything at all that isn't food?
Pugs.
Pugs or hugs?
Pugs.
Hugging pugs. This would be the best story you've ever heard about pugs that hug.
Once upon a time, I really wanted a pug.
And I wanted a hug at the same time, so
So I just gave it the biggest, squishiest hug I could ever.
And my mom said you're not allowed to have a pug because
You hug things too hard and you squish them.
Look at him. You hugged his face. Flat. Completely flat.
His eyes are popping out. Oh no!
And now you can only have 5 more dogs after this dog.
and that's not counting the other 3 you lost.
And you can still have those 5.
Because that's Snoopy.
And Jerry.
And Samson, and you squish them all.
I think we should get you a different kind of pet.
Like a wolf. A dog that hasn't been corrupted.
Yes, one with sharp teeth that will.
Bite your face.
And we should also teach you how to hug properly.
And see. That's the end of our improv round. Thank you so much to our comedians again for being on the show. We've got Stephane Magne, Alex Hobson, Alison Lujan, Erin Hazlehurst, Ian Mackenzie, and of course the very lovely Jasmine Towers.
And Jordan Simon. Awesome.